escaping the shadows. I know it's hard to put one foot in front of the other.
Hi guys, CeeChronicles here. Welcome and welcome back to the channel. I post fragrance related content on this platform and would very much appreciate you joining the family. Now, if you're returning, thank you so much for coming back. Today is my birthday and I thought to be behind the scenes. I've grouped a couple of vanilla forward fragrances here and I'm going to tell you what is doing what. So these are going to appeal to anybody who loves yummy fragrances, anybody who loves to layer fragrances, and anybody who loves sweet fragrances. Do take note that you can purchase some of these fragrances, guys, from Kayali scent in decant form or in full size. And what I've done is I've grouped them from least expensive to the most expensive, and I'm going to be telling you what's doing what. Number one is Tabby's from the House of Grandeur. If you don't mind this packaging, guys, this youthful, fun, juvenile looking package, this is going to give you a vanilla styled fragrance that does work on its own, but you have to kind of go to town with the sprays on this one, or you can use it for layering. It's going to be vanilla, cotton candy, some berries there, and some mocha tea. All right, so this one is going to set you back probably about 15 bucks. Remember, when it comes to pricing, it's also going to be dependent on where you are geographically. So if I'm getting some of the prices wrong, I'm just giving you an estimate, but this is definitely from cheap to most expensive. Next one is from the House of Our Rehab. This is Choco Musk, popular for a reason, incredibly long lasting. If it's not long lasting, try to get the oil for Choco Musk and you're going to thank me later. If you layer it with the oil is about $2.50. This particular one is probably under $10. It's going to give you a great serving of chocolate, vanilla spices, and that baked cookie feel. Very yummy and very gourmet. Next up is going to be vanilla bourbon from the House of Mix Bar. Somebody did say that in the United States this goes for about $12. I purchased mine for about $15, so we can safely put this one at under $20. Now, bourbon vanilla is vanilla orchid and some Madagascar vanilla, so do expect a double dose of vanilla, which is going to make this one a very cozy scent to the nose, a little bit smoky, a little bit boozy then, and young at heart. Very fun fragrance. Next up is going to be this one from Jean Attis, Vanille à sa pomme de mots. I'm not French, I'm just doing the best I can, but it does definitely have vanilla, okay? Another affordable one, you can pick this one under $20 depending on where you are. This is going to have vanilla and the praline, so it's going to be a little bit lactonic there with an apple note. Now, good luck on smelling the apple with this one. I get mostly praline and vanilla, so another nice sweet one that you can use outright or you can layer with. The next one, guys, is going to be from Gulf Orchid. I did feature these fragrances in yesterday's video, and I was telling you about these fragrances, but I forgot to say one key thing. This one may have alcohol, but some of them come without the alcohol. Some of them are actually water-based. Tahara Vanilla is going to give you a powdery, musky, makeup-y style of a vanilla. This is for those people that do not like loud fragrances. More of the powder, bedtime, skin scent type of a fragrance. Great for layering. If you've got a fragrance that you're having challenges with, you can use Tahara Vanilla or these type of murky fragrances for layering, and then you can thank me later. I'm not sure about the price when it comes to this one, but it's Middle Eastern, so I'm going to presume that it is affordable. Why I'm not sure of the price is because it was gifted to me by Gulf Orchid. Now, the next one is from Astaf, and unfortunately not a lot went around when it came to Buthaina. This particular one, guys, gives me vanilla, sugar, pear. It's a rich and spicy vanilla, a little bit smoky there, a little bit trickle-like, so expect like a burnt sugar feel, but this is long lasting. I will give them this for longevity, guys. If you're looking for a wrap-up of a brown sugar note around you that's going to last for days, especially if you spray it on woolen clothing, tightly knitted clothing, sweaters and jumpers, then this one's going to do it for you. I think you can get this one at under $30 or somewhere thereabout. It could be even in the 20s. Next up is Montaigne Cocoa. Now, this one says cocoa, but it draws its inspiration from Mancera's Cocoa Vanille. And if you know that, it is a combo of coconut and vanilla, and that's exactly what you get from this Maison Alhambra Montaigne Cocoa Vanilla, coconut, ylang, teary flowers. So this is a lactonic vanilla. I wouldn't possibly layer this one because it's doing the most on its own with that creamy backdrop. You've got to love coconut scented fragrances, of course, working with the vanilla, but it kind of shares a perfect limelight with the coconut when it comes to this one. So Montaigne is going to set you back under $30. Another one that's probably under $30, could even be in the 20s, is this one from the House of Lattafa, Wild Vanilla, okay? And it has the musk. I'm not sure if this one has alcohol. This one might not have alcohol, but even if it does, well, really doesn't bother me. Now, when it comes to these two, right, they both say vanilla, but this is a vanilla that can stand its own, may not need layering, because this is a vanilla that mixes with wild flowers. It also has a tea note in here, also has lemon and bergamot, so it's going to have a sour tone to it, but the vanilla is going to be trying to emerge there. So it's going to be a sweet and sour style of a fragrance with the vanilla in the mix there. So yes, it's fruity, it's bitter, it's green, but it also has the vanilla note. And I did tell you that that is probably going to be in the 30s. Now, when it comes to Paris Corners, it depends on the country, guys. It just depends on shipping costs, logistics and stuff. So I may come here and say, this fragrance cost me $30 or $40, and you say, hell no, I got it for $100. So do take note that shipping costs differ. This is from the House of Paris Corner Autobiography Citron Vanille. This is a vanilla that I would say is crafted or was made specifically for men in mind. My camera won't focus. Let's see if I can get it to focus, because the notes for this are actually on the bottle. It has lemon, bergamot, vanilla, pepper, sandalwood, tonka, musk, cedar, and vetiver, as well as some amber. The vetiver in this particular one, guys, is quite amped up there to an extent that it makes it very masculine tone. So do expect a dusty, woody vetiver working with a dark trickle like a vanilla smoky undertone to an extent. And the tonka is also tonkering in here. So there's a lot that is going on with this fragrance, which is why I did say that it does come across to me as a quintessential masculine type of a fragrance. It does have citruses, but the citruses here are kind of muffled because of what the vanilla is doing. It's quite enduring, one of the longest lasting ones because of its woody and smoky nature. It's from the House of Paris Corner, and this could be upwards $40 or somewhere thereabout, because as I said, Paris Corners vary. Another Paris Corner, this I can speak for the price because I think I paid about $50 at the time. Could be less now because of course it's been about the block for a while. December Vanilla, drawing its inspiration, guys, from that Kayali Vanilla Royal Sugared Patchouli. This one incorporates the note of rum, vanilla orchid, jasmine, and then the heart is vanilla again, so it's a double dose of vanilla, some spicy notes, leather. It's a heavyweight fragrance, tonka, and then it has some creme brulee, so do expect an underlying yumminess in this. And then there's brown sugar, and I think that is the second dimension of the sugar note. Some amber, some oud, some patchouli, more sugar, and musk. So this is going to be a rummy, boozy style of a vanilla, something that is quite complex to the nose there. There is an underlying oudiness to this fragrance, so this may need testing, which is why I did give you that reference, you know, to say try getting samples of this from High G Scent if you do not want to pull the trigger. However, I can say if you love the note of vanilla and your nose is trained, you can certainly carry fragrances like this one and this one. So this and this are going to be around maybe $40-50. Now we're getting into a little bit of a higher price point. This is Mod Vanilla from, of course, Ariana Grande. Truly speaking, I wasn't expecting this. I was expecting a little bit of some yumminess. I was expecting maybe even a creamy vanilla, but that is not what I get. This is vanilla meets cocoa butter meets praline, and it has the plum. Now the praline in here, it's not exactly doing what I wanted it to do. I would have loved for it to give it a yummy weight, but what I get is a brown sugar, smoky style of a vanilla, something in the same vein as this, but I can't say this is a clone of this, because I know this came first. Now this one is going to set you back between maybe 90, 120, 130, depending on the country. It's from Ariana Grande. Another vanilla that I would certainly recommend, but unfortunately is discontinued. So when it comes to this one, you have to do a little bit of some digging for you to get it. Okay, D221. Gorgeous vanilla. I could swear this one has caramel, but it doesn't list caramel as a note. This is a double dose of vanilla with that Madagascar vanilla and vanilla absolute, and it has the ginger, the spices, the woods, and the florals. Gorgeous fragrance. This used to go for a song until people realized that this is a very nice fragrance. So now, because it's discontinued, you get it for any price. Anything, guys, from 80, 100, 120, depends on just how much the seller wants to sell it for. And then of course we can't speak of vanilla fragrance fragrances and leave without talking about Vanilla 28. For some reason, this fragrance is the most popular one, from the house of Kayali. I haven't exhausted all of them, but I know for a fact that, say you went into a crowd and you said, which Kayali fragrance do you know? Most of them are likely going to say Vanilla 28. Unfortunately, not an affordable one. The starting price, this one for 100 ml, I think it's 125, even up to 150. It depends on where you purchase it. Now, Vanilla 28 is comprised of vanilla orchid, some brown sugar, some tonka amber, and it has that baked cookie feel. It has lasting issues, but if you give it time and the juice turns brown like mine, it starts to do a little bit more. However, it still has projection issues. This one is one that the wearer enjoys more than the people around them. You're going to be wrapped up in a beautiful, sweet, yummy scent, and it's also great for layering any of the Kayali fragrances as well as any fragrance in your collection. Now, I cannot talk about this Vanilla 28 and not give credit to Utopia Vanilla Cocoa, something that kind of vibes like this Montaigne Vanilla, and I think both of them are kind of cut from that same cloth, that Mancera Cocoa something. All right, if you look it up, you will know what I'm talking about. But this is way better than this in terms of how it is refined. I actually like it more than Vanilla 28. I don't know why it's not popular. Maybe because of the coconut note. Not everybody likes to smell lactonic. This is vanilla in florals and sandalwood, but it's yummy. There's a host of white florals, but it just smells beautiful. And this one has that projection, which I don't get from Vanilla 28. Again, the starting price for the Kayalis, they're more or less the same, I think, except for the Oud Gazim range. So this is going to have a starting price of about 125 for 100 ml, and then maybe about $80 for 50 mls. And then for the little one, it's going to be about $25. Now we're going on to the pricier ones, okay? And there's a reason why I have it in a smaller size. This you ought to test, guys. I don't want to take anything away from Juliet as a gun. This one is called Vanilla Vibes, but it also gives me like this thing that I get from Ariana Grande. However, the notes are very different there. This is going to give you that sweet vanilla, of course. So you're going to be wrapped out in a sugar, like a brown sugar sweet note, but the same sugary note has a salt note added there to contrast it. So it's vanilla, tonka, sandalwood, and some orchid. So yes, the vanilla does manage to rise to the surface, but there is a salty note here that kind of is a little bit, like a push and pull. But yes, it is indeed built around that vanilla. It's called Vanilla Vibes. This is probably going to set you back maybe 160, 170, depending on the country. Next up is going to be this one. This one's discontinued, but I will always hype this fragrance, and I'm looking for it either on Etsy or on eBay, or if you know somebody who has vanilla and anise. I think this is one of the best Jo Malone fragrances on the market, guys. This has that vanilla, but the vanilla meets a licorice starness, so there is a licorice weight to this. And not only that, it then has the tonka and the florals and the vetiver, and is one of the yummiest, most long-lasting vanilla fragrances. I don't know why it was discontinued. That is, if it's discontinued, I really don't know why, because this is very beautifully done. This is gonna set you back under 200. Most expensive is gonna be this one, and I'm not going to buy full size. Not that I have a problem with Materia Premier vanilla powder, but this is a vanilla doing the most. It's the most longest lasting vanilla. This is for one that says, I cannot smell vanilla. I want my vanilla to be on steroids. You're gonna get that from vanilla powder. Double vanilla, coconut, Palo Santo for longevity, and they didn't go easy on that Palo Santo. No, it's that Palo Santo adds the woodiness that ties everything in this, and then it has the coconut powder and the musk, but the vanilla also managed to swim through and speak, in those woods. So that is what this one is all about. Sweet as well. The price point for this is going to be the most expensive, over 200 or even over 250. So that's it, guys. Those are some of the vanilla fragrances I just wanted to show you quickly. I decided to be behind the scenes because I've been busy the whole day, but I thought, no, I'm going to give you a video. More so that it's my birthday. What better day to bring out a video? Remember to check out Hygicent. They're going to be in the description box, and you can purchase these in decant form, 5 milliliters, 10 milliliter, and they also sell full sizes, so it just depends on your pocket. CeeChronicles is my name. Thank you so much for joining me today. Let's meet in the comment section where we discuss more about fragrances. Let me know your best vanilla fragrance, and of course, if I can come across it, I will try to sniff it. And remember that smelling good is a form of good manners. Cheers.